Unit 1, Worksheet 2. Complete the following multiple representations. Okay, I'm going to get these started for you just to kind of show you how to do it, and then you're going to need to actually finish it. Okay, so now you can use your calculator to help you here. That's okay. So go into y equals, clicking this button up here, and put in the function 2x plus 3. So we have y equals 2x plus 3. Y equals 2x plus 3. And we're going to fill out the table. So we're going to go into the table, and you can do just the values. This will actually calculate them for you. But before you do that, I really want you to see how you would do this by hand. Okay, so what this means is 2 times whatever x is plus 3. So in here you would write 2 times negative 3 plus 3. And if we were doing this by hand, we'd go 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, plus 3 is negative 3. And that's what we have up on here. So it would be negative 3. So negative 2 would be 2 times negative 2 plus 3. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, plus 3 is negative 1. And that's what it shows on here. So it's okay if you want to calculate them using this, that's fine. But I want you to fill in what the formula is here. Then from here, from the table, we would go into the mapping. And the way the mapping works is you'd put negative 3, and then you'd put what the y value is, because these are x and these are y, and you draw an arrow from the one to the other. So negative 2 to negative 1. And you would continue on down and fill in the rest of the chart. The other one's just the same. I'm going to show you how to enter this in on the calculator. So f of x just is another way of writing y equals. This means that this value is a function of x, just meaning that we do something to x to get this value. So in this case, we're multiplying it times a half and adding 2 to it. So this one would be 1/2 times whatever this is, negative 3 plus 2. And this one I don't even want to do in my head. It's negative 1.5 plus 2 is 0.5. So it's okay. You can use the calculator. You would just go 1 divided by 2. Fractions are just a division problem. X plus 2. And go into your table. And there it is, 0.5. But I still want you to fill these in, so just so you see where this goes, and that I see that you know where it goes. So negative 1/2 times negative 2 plus 2, so negative 1/2 times 1/2 times negative 2 is negative 1, plus 2 is 1, and so forth and so on. So on this one we would have negative 3, its output is 0.5. And continue down on those. All right, on the next one, we're going to add 2 more representations, ways of showing the functions. One is the situation itself, that the whole thing comes from, and then the other is a graph of that situation. So let's just start from the situation. You're buying candy bars that cost $2 each. If you have a $3 coupon, how much Y will a given number X, number of candy bars, cost? All right, so for each candy bar, they are $2 each. But I have a $3 coupon, which is like minus 3. So that's how we find our function here. So y equals, or f of x equals 2x minus 3. But it says to use y here, so we wouldn't use the f of x. We use the y. And we just set this up. So we go, well, another thing is, with this situation, could we have negative number of candy bars, or we would just start with 0, right? The least number of candy bars, we could have 0 candy bars. So we'd go 2 times 0 minus 3. And if we didn't want to figure out all these by hand, that's okay. We can plug this in. That's why we have the calculators. 2x minus 3. And go into our table. We're not doing negatives. So we're going to do enough to fill this out. So it's 0, it'd be negative 3. And at 1, it would be 2 times 1 minus 3, negative 1. So we still don't owe any money. They should even give us money back, but coupons don't normally work that way to get those two. So 2 times 2 minus 3, so that's 4 minus 3. We'd owe $1 to get those 2 candy bars. Okay, so the mapping, it goes 0 to negative 3, 1 to negative 1, 2 to 1, and you draw an arrow. Good. And then on this one, we need to draw some arrows. So I'm going to draw a couple of lines here for our x-axis and our y-axis. I could have just used the edges, but we do have some negative values. So I wanted to use that. So on the y, this would be 0. I'm just going to go up by, I think we have enough room to go up by 1s here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the x, the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if we graph this, I'm just going to graph the points we had so far. 0, when x is 0, we should really label this, candy bars, and this would be cost. All right, so at 0 bars, we still have our coupon that they owe us $3, right? Now, most stores won't give you the $3, but that's another story. So we have 1, they still owe us $1. But at 2, we have to start paying. Now, since this is a constant rate of change, it's $2 for every candy bar, what do you think the next one's going to look like? See, it went up 2 and over 1, so up 2 and over 1. It's probably going to be right there. But you should fill out, at least enough for this. You're not going to connect the line on this because we can't buy parts of a candy bar. We can only buy whole candy bars. So this is discrete instead of continuous. Discrete means you can only have the number of things. You can't have a half a thing, a fourth of a thing, a 15th of a thing. Although you could have that in a candy bar, you're not going to be able to buy it. All right. So I got you started on that. I want you to finish out the whole thing. And that's it for this worksheet.